How you doing, guys? Good to see you.
Talk about the addition of Russell Gage to the room, what he'll bring with his versatility, and what you expect out of him.
Russ is a great addition to the room for us. I'm glad to have him on our team. Obviously, been going against him the last couple of years and has really put together 2 productive years in Atlanta. So I think that proof's kind of in the pudding with him. I think biggest thing for him is coming in and learning a new offense and learning terminology, learn how we run our routes and the ins and outs to it. Get on the same page with Tom. I think that those things are going to be big for him. And obviously having phase 2 again, kind of having this offseason program is huge. It's funny, I'm starting to realize how much I enjoy a phase 2 practice now that, we haven't had to have it in 2 years. So a lot more appreciation for that, especially for a guy like Russ, where it's a lot, it's really slowed down. It's more walk-through tempo, has an opportunity to kind of just break it down for him, slow it down. He can kind of get the ins and outs of it from an alignment standpoint, an assignment, execution, the whole 9. But looking forward to him and helping us contribute in whatever way he can.
Kevin, it's a nice problem to have, but you've got a lot of depth, a lot of competition for those backup spots, kind of after your top 3. And just want to ask you, of that second group of Johnson and Harriman and Grayson and Miller and Darden and all those, who stood out to you? Who you've seen something done this spring that shows some improvement for what you had at the end of last year?
We're not really making those decisions right now. It's kind of hard. In shorts, it's really more about the little things, the details of the plays. Alignment, assignment, execution are kind of the things that I'm looking for right now. And I think in training camp we'll have probably a better opportunity for one of those guys to separate themselves. And really the way that I look at it, and same thing I'm telling the guys in the room, on this team we got Mike and we got Chris, and those 2 guys are guys that have established themselves, in their roles and what they bring to the offense. And besides that, it's open season. So really competition across the board. For all those guys that you named, they all got different talents and abilities and bring something different to the table. But really looking forward to the competition as this moves along here.
Kevin, we didn't see a lot of Scotty Miller last year. He was hurt, obviously, and then when he came back, he just really never seemed to find his place in the offense. Do you foresee that changing this year?
I think last year it was kind of weird. We went out with the injury. The timing of it, and then other guys kind of stepped up in that place, in that role, and so it kind of made him a little bit harder for him to get back right away. And then obviously at the end, he ended up getting back on the field and stuff. So he's going to have an opportunity just like everyone else. Obviously, the Super Bowl run that year, he contributed a lot to us in the offense and made a lot of big plays for us. So he definitely has the ability, and I think it's just a matter of what he does on the field moving forward.
Kevin, you didn't draft a receiver, but you did sign 3 pretty productive ones. Can you tell us what you like about Stern and Tompkins?
Yeah, haven't had a chance to meet with them because you can only meet with drafted guys. So really looking forward more to getting to know them a little bit more as they get here. And be more hands-on with them, and see what they can do for us and where they fit. I don't know that exactly right now. This is an interesting group, so we'll have about 6 guys coming in here for this rookie minicamp, and really all different sizes, all different talent levels. So really looking forward to where they're going to fit for us.
For a guy like Stern, 150 catches, led the nation in yards. It's Division I.
Right.
He's not playing, at a lower level. So is that a unique guy? I know his size is probably what kept him, maybe from being drafted.
Yeah, some of those guys are a little bit smaller, and you don't love to have a team full of small guys. But at the end of the day, if they can play, they can play. A guy that has that amount of production. I think that's a lot to be said about him and his ability. A lot of these college teams are throwing, though, about 60 times a game, so more opportunities there for you. But no, definitely, you can't take that away from anybody, right? Production is production. So looking forward to having him and seeing where he fits for us.
Kevin, you did have a smaller guy in-house last year that you did draft in Jaelon Darden. Didn't really see the field too much. He had the mishap at Washington. What did you see about his development? Was that just a huge jump from North Texas to the NFL that he didn't quite make last year?
Yeah, for him, it was had a lot to do with depth, and I think getting the experience, on-field experience. Everybody learns differently. Some guys can sit in the room and watch the film and then go on the field and they can execute it. Some guys can look at the picture, they say, okay, this is what the route is, I can go do it. And some guys need to actually get those physical reps. And I think that Jaelon probably fits in more to that category. I think I saw a big turn for him probably about halfway through the season of just feeling more confident, more comfortable, getting more reps. You know, we're a different offense than what he did in North Texas. Everything was at the line. Everything was no huddle. You know, we asked our guys to understand a little bit more. We put a little bit more on their plate. So that was a transition for him, you know, having to learn to do that. But he got more comfortable as the season went on, as he got more reps, as he was more confident in what to do and how to do it. So I was really impressed with that. And then I will say, coming back in you know, this offseason program, he's had that demeanor. It's carried from last year into this year, and just the confidence, you know, lining up and executing. I've seen that. Now, like I mentioned, you know, we'll really see in training camp, and we have an opportunity to get into preseason games and see what that looks like. You know, what that transition is from the meeting to the practice field to the game reps. I think that'll be probably more the tell sign for him. But you know, I think that I think that he has a lot of upside to him. He's a talented guy. He moves extremely well. He catches the ball extremely well. So I'm looking forward to seeing, you know, what he can do also.
Coach, it looks like you can never have enough cornerbacks. Has it gotten that point with wide receivers? You can never have enough wide receivers?
Yeah, you can never have enough wide receivers. And really, you look at it the whole time that I've been here from 19, 20, 21, we played with a lot of guys. That 19 season, you know, Mike and Chris go out and we finish, and BP finishes off and has a great end of the season, and Cyril Grayson and Mickens and Scotty and all these guys are playing. We probably didn't deal with the injury bug as much in the 20 season, and then it popped back up for us in 21. So, you know, you can never have enough because it is the next man up mentality for us. For sure, but you never know when those injuries are going to rise, and you know, you got to have enough talent in there to line up and win week to week.
Coach, Cyril Grayson was one of those players that got more of an opportunity last year when the injury started occurring, and he really put it together towards the end of the season, some big games against the Panthers and the Jets before he got hurt. In your eyes, just what was the next step for him? What changed for him that really started to get things clicking?
Yeah, confidence and opportunity. Those are the two things that just come to mind. You know, he was a track guy. I mean, he played high school football and then went to LSU for track, and then got in the league. And so he's really kind of learning the position in a ways. Kind of bounced around and, you know, ended up with us the last couple of years and has really put in a lot of work and time. So I think that's kind of where the confidence piece comes up of, you know, understanding, again, what to do and how to do it. And then really just looking for that opportunity, right? The guy goes down, and it's your opportunity to step up and take advantage of those opportunities.
You mentioned you never have enough wide receivers, and I know you're going to coach the guys in your room, but do you expect the room to see any more additions to it? I mean, veteran additions, or do you think it's pretty set as it is right now?
I'm sure that's probably more of a question for Jason and his staff.
I don't know if you're a for anybody.
But no, I mean we got a lot of guys in there. We got a lot of depth. You know, that room, and really in general, the roster is always kind of flipping over in ways. So you know, it's those guys are fighting every day, and they're fighting for a job from the top to the bottom. And that's got to be the mindset. So we'll see what happens.
Anything else?
Kevin, there's a track kid from Alcorn, Braylon Robinson. Hasn't played a lot of football, but obviously is a national class sprinter. Will he be working at receiver this week?
Yeah, we'll have him some there. Yep.
Okay, thanks.
Appreciate it.